A pleasant morning to all my dear children. Today we will discuss the 8th chapter in our honeycomb textbook. The name of the chapter is Fire, Friend and Foe. It is a very important and informative topic. It deals with the advantages as well as the disadvantages of fire. Like the both sides of coin, fire also has advantages and disadvantages. Let's discuss the title of the chapter first. What is the title of the chapter? Fire, Friend and Foe. Foe means enemy. So it can act as a friend as well as an enemy to human beings. It is the first great invention made by early man. Let's find how it can act as a friend as well as an enemy to us. All of you take your textbook, open page number 114. Let's read the lesson now.
Fire, Friend and Foe. Early man didn't know what fire was, but he must have seen the damage it could cause. He must have watched lightning and volcanoes long before he began to use fire himself. Fire was powerful and dangerous, and he was frightened. That means early man did not know anything about fire. They must have seen natural fires like lightning and volcanoes, and they must have felt frightened by them because it was a new thing for them. They found it very strange. Second paragraph. Fire may have puzzled early man, but we now know that fire is a result of a chemical reaction. When the oxygen in the air combines with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, a chemical reaction takes place. Energy in the form of heat and light is released in this process. This is what we call fire. So, fire may have puzzled the early man because it was a kind of mystery for them. But today we know that the fire is caused by or it is a result of a chemical reaction. What is fire? When the oxygen in the air combines with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, a chemical reaction takes place. Energy in the form of heat and light is released in this process. This is called fire. That means it is an energy in the form of heat and light. Third paragraph. Three things are needed to make fire: fuel, oxygen, and heat. Wood, coal, cooking gas, and petrol are some examples of fuel. Oxygen comes from the air. That is why when you blow on smoldering paper, it often bursts into flame. The third thing needed to make fire is heat. Fuel and oxygen do not make fire by themselves, or else a newspaper or a stick lying in the open would catch fire on its own. To burn a piece of paper or wood, we heat it before it catches fire. We generally do it with a lighted match. Every fuel has a particular temperature at which it begins to burn. This temperature is called the flash point or kindling temperature of the fuel. That means we need three things to make fire. Which are the three things needed to make fire? They are fuel, oxygen, and heat. Fuel is available in many forms. Wood, coal, cooking gas, petrol, etc. are some of the fuels available around us. Fuel causes fire in the presence of oxygen when it is heated. Every fuel has a particular temperature at which it begins to burn. This temperature is called the flash point or kindling temperature of the fuel. Next paragraph. It is sometimes said that fire is a good servant but a bad master. It only means that fire is very useful as long as it is kept under control. For instance, we use it to cook our food, warm our homes in winter, and to generate electricity. But on the other hand, if fire gets out of control, it can be very dangerous. Each year, thousands of homes and shops are damaged by fire. Vast areas of forest are also destroyed and hundreds of people are killed or injured. It refers that fire is a good servant but a bad master. Why? What is the reason behind it? It is useful as long as it is under control. The moment it becomes out of control, it spreads havoc. We use fire to cook food, warm our homes, and to produce electricity. But uncontrolled fire burns homes, forests, and also kills people. That's why it is said that fire is a good servant but a bad master. Next paragraph. Just as three things are needed to start a fire, there are three main ways in which a fire can be put out. In each, one of the three things needed for burning is taken away. We learned that we need just three things to start a fire. Like that, there are three main ways to put out the fire. Which are the three ways? That we can discuss in the next class. That's all for today. A YouTube URL is attached. Watch the video. A test paper is also included. Submit your answers as soon as possible. We can meet in the next class with the continuation of this lesson. Thank you.